Who's ready for a sweepstakes Q&A? We're just gonna wait for people to come. I just printed off all the questions that I had. I only had a few for this one. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna try and come on live as we do this. So this is good. I want to adjust the camera a little more. I thought I had it good, but I'm feeling like I want it tilted a little more. There, that's a bit better. So, okay, here we go. So, this month, sweepstakes Q&A, I thought I would try something new. I would do a YouTube live instead of a Facebook live because I want to increase my YouTube followers. And I have a lot of Facebook followers, so I thought I'd try something different. Instead of filming it on YouTube and then or Facebook and then putting it on YouTube, we're going to try it the other way around. And I had some people send in some questions, so we'll do that. But this month's topic is gearing up for the holiday sweepstakes, and they've already started because the Halloween ones are already out because it's just over a month away. And the big one that's doing a lot of them, that's open to Canada and the U.S., is brain hiccup, is Spirit Halloween, I believe. Yeah. And so they're doing a lot of them on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, so make sure you check them out. They do them annually. So that's what's happening. It starts now and it only gets, I don't want to say worse because you get busier, but your winning opportunities go through the roof. So what happens is that companies look at the holidays as a great opportunity, a great marketing opportunity. And what they do is they just do tons of sweepstakes between basically now and January 1st. And it's kind of like this. So you get a lot of fall sweeps, Halloween sweeps, and then you're getting those to Black Friday. And then Christmas is like crazy because a lot of companies do 12 days of Christmas, 24 days of Christmas, all of December giveaways, that type of thing. So they're doing dozens and dozens and dozens of giveaways. And then, just to make you crazy, they do daily giveaways. So they're giving a prize away every day, a lot of them, especially in the holidays. They go a giveaway a day. And then, on top of a giveaway a day, they turn around and do it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. So you have an opportunity to win on each channel. So not only do you have to remember to go back, you have to remember to go back in 3 places every day to be in to win. So it makes the month of December really hectic if you're a dedicated sweeper, because not only you're virtually doubling your sweeping time, you now have more family to deal with, shopping, holidays, other obligations, parties, baking, gift wrapping, shopping. I think I should shopping twice. So it makes it a little nuts. So this is where you have to be really organized with your sweeps. You really need to be choosy on what you're entering, and you really need to be mindful of your time. And you need to be organized so that you're really not wasting time. This is the time of year where it's really key, because if you're not careful, you can really waste your time. Live chat. I forgot to put the live chat. If anybody has any questions, live chat is on. So if anybody has any questions while I'm talking, put them up. And I'm going to enter the ones that I answer the ones that were sent to me for this month. If you have questions, you can put them in to questions@contestqueen.com, or you can, ask them below in the comments if this video is finished, and I can answer them. I usually do kind of a video in between just to kind of catch people up, because sometimes I get so many questions that I'd end up being here for 2 hours. So what are your thoughts on using, so Bonnie, or rather Kathy, sent this to me, and she says, "What are your thoughts on using decorated envelopes for mail-in entries?" So I don't do them. I used to do them, but I don't do them now because I don't have the energy. There's virtually no mail-ins left in Canada, and I'm sure at some point in the US they're going to completely disappear. And I think companies more and more, because of the internet, they're liking sweepers less and less. I think in the past they used to know you were out there, but they never had any proof. When you had, tens of thousands of entries being mailed in and you walked into a mailroom and it had bags and bags and bags, you'd never know who the sweepers are. You'd never be able to figure it out. You're not going to sit and sort through all those bags to try and figure out who's a sweeper, who's not. The decorated envelopes might have been a clue that you were a sweeper. Now they'll just Google you or check out your Facebook profile or your Twitter or, and if you're Sweeper Kathy on Twitter, you're at Sweeper Kathy or, something of the sort, it's a dead giveaway that you're a sweeper. I honestly believe that my handles Contest Queen and I'm entering on Twitter and Instagram really hurt my odds of winning. I really believe sometimes they pick me and go, yeah, no, and they'll just redraw. And I will never know. I would never know. I honestly believe that. So I know it's not supposed to be that way, but life isn't always the way we would like it. So I think now I just wouldn't bother. I just use a number 10 when there is a mail-in. I have one ready to go. I'm using up colored envelopes that I want a convention because I have them and I'm just using them up. Because I don't mail anything to anybody anymore and I hate throwing stuff out. But I didn't put stickers on it. I didn't paint it. I didn't, do any of that. So that's a rare. And that's a mail-in only because it's a purchase sweepstakes, and that's the no purchase entry. Is not, believe it or not, a lot of no purchase entries now are email in, which is kind of nice because it costs me less and they don't have to deal with a bunch of stuff. But that's one of the rare mail-ins. So sometimes they ask you to write an essay. Sometimes they just ask you to put down your information on a card. I like those. I'll write the essays if I really want the prize. And so let's see. So Mary says, I continually see refer contests whereby one enters a contest and receives a referral number, and a person then says they used so and so's number. Here's mine. Can you explain how this works? So we do this in my contest club. We do this to help each person win. So if I go and find a sweepstakes, for example, and I enter it and it gives me a referral code, I go to we've set up a little Facebook group. We used to have a different kind of group, I think, in Yahoo groups before Facebook started. And everyone had to log in and do all this stuff. And then Facebook came up with the groups and it made it so much easier. So we just set up a group for our club. And the only people in it are club members. So it makes it really easy to, monitor. And then, so say I enter one and then I'll go and post it to the group. And then my friend Susan will see it. She's part of the group and she'll see it. So she clicks on my link and goes and enters. And then she'll get a link. And then she'll come back and she'll put it as the first comment, her link. And then Barbara will come and she will see that there's 2 comments. So she will go click on the link in the comments, not on my link, in the comments. And she'll go enter and then she'll put it as a second comment and so forth. And that way, we're each giving each other a chance to win. So I don't always post first. A lot of times I'll go through, if I haven't entered in a while, I'll go through my club page and I'll enter under everybody else and give all my fellow club members a chance to win. So we're helping each other win, Oops, forgot to turn off my phone. So that's not good. So yeah, and I didn't win anything today. I'm very disappointed. A lot of good radio contests today. Couldn't get through. I'm thinking I need a home phone again. I had one for a while and I started winning sweepstakes and then I moved. We might need a home phone again. So I hope that answers your question, Mary. So then Susan writes, when entering a sweepstakes, do you have to follow their Instagram and Twitter page? Oh, this makes her nuts. Oh, I know what she's doing. So she'll enter a sweepstakes that has one of those things, and it gives you options either in Rafflecopter or Gleam or one of the other ones. And it says, hey, follow. So the options, usually bloggers, but sometimes companies, because they don't vet their contests. That's one of my biggest pet peeves is companies don't vet their sweepstakes. So she's going through and it says follow us on Instagram. So she'll click it to get the entry. She's going to go follow. They don't set up the contest right, because that way they didn't vet it, because if they vetted it, they would have tried it after they made it live, but clearly they didn't. She'll get, sorry, that page doesn't exist, and then she'll still get the check mark that she entered. So it drives her nuts. I'm like, I wouldn't worry about it. If they're so foolish as to not vet their own sweepstakes, and they wonder why they ran this contest and their followers didn't increase, that's not your problem. Now, if you're nice, you might message them somewhere and say, by the way, your contest is broken. These are the 4 things that don't work. Maybe next time you should vet them. Feel free to tell them to hire me to do the vetting for them. Because that's one of the services that I provide, is I vet sweepstakes and make sure they work before they go live, and then I test it again after they go live. Hey, Shilpa. So that's why it makes me crazy too. Broken sweepstakes, not just the ones that you're talking about, Susan, but any broken sweepstakes makes me crazy. Oh, Shilpa says she can't ask a question. She's sending me messages in Messenger. So ask a question in Messenger and I'll answer it. I like the pop-up windows, are quite handy. Okay, and this is a challenge for Trisha, and I'm either going to blog about this or write about it in my next newsletter. Because she has a challenge that a lot of people have in their areas. One of the funnest things that I discovered about sweepstakes was clubs. Okay. Lazy. So I'll write down her question because of the pop-up. Lazy people. Okay. So Trish is in River Falls, Wisconsin. Oh, no, sorry, Prescott, Wisconsin. And she has club meetings in River Falls, Wisconsin. And it's just her and one friend. And she wants to expand her group of sweepers. And she's finding it a little difficult. So she's hoping that I can promote it, which I absolutely will. And I think it's absolutely essential to the hobby, because when I started back in 2001, online sweepstakes were just starting to take off. And I was only finding them for me, I was finding them in Yahoo groups. I belonged to this one Yahoo group. So we did interact a little bit online, and I kind of like the community online. And where I got most of my sweeps, though, was through a newsletter. So there's clearly no interaction in a newsletter. And then the more sweepstakes started to shift away from mail into online, I got to really like the interaction online. And then I decided to write my book, my first book. And when I was doing research, I discovered sweepstakes conventions in the States. So in 2005, so at this point I've been sweeping for 4 years. We went to our first convention, and it was in the Quad Cities. It was the 16th annual sweepstakes convention, and there was 600 people in attendance, and I had no idea what to expect. And I walked into the hall, and I was still married to my ex at the time, so we went together. And I turned and looked at him and said, "Oh my God, I'm coming every year." Because I felt like I had found my tribe. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I felt like I knew all these people, and I had never met any of them before. And it was amazing. And there's something about fellow sweepers that really boosts you up. Because I would talk to other people about my hobby, and they would roll their eyes or say, "You're lucky." They don't understand how much work I'm putting into it. Stuff doesn't just show up. I can't just sit on my couch and I want to win a car. It doesn't show up. I have to actually go and enter sweepstakes that have cars as prizes. That's how it works. You don't just win it, or you buy a ticket. Princess Margaret Lottery is giving away cars as part of their things, or I can win a house. I bought a ticket. HGTV in the States gives away that house every year. You can't just sit here and your way into winning. You actually have to go and enter the sweepstakes. So, when I talk to the people at the convention, instead of, getting the eye rolls, it was like, "Oh, congratulations, that's really good. How do you do this?" So people would be sharing entry tips, and people would be congratulating each other, and how many people won this year, and what did you win last year, and did you win any trips? So it's really fascinating that to have fellow sweepers around. So Trisha's started to get a group together, because then every month, if you're not attending conventions, you go to a coffee shop or a restaurant or somebody's house, and you enter sweepstakes together. You talk about what you've won. Sometimes you do little games. I've been to some clubs where they do games and little draws amongst themselves, which is so fun. Once in a while, we do it at our club. Everyone will bring $1 or $2, and we'll go get some scratch offs and trade them and see if anybody wins anything. That's always kind of fun. So you can do that. And then if you're having a bit of a dry spell, what's really great about hanging around fellow sweepers is it really energizes you to win. It really does. And then you also share. So, for example, we had Coke had an unlock your summer sweepstakes here this summer, but you can only have one prize per person. So I'd been collecting the caps, and I won, and then my boyfriend won. So we couldn't win anymore in this household. We each had our wins. But I'd still be going out pin code hunting all summer. Well, I can't just leave a Coke cap lying there, because I just couldn't. So I just kept unscrewing all the Coke caps. And then when I saved up a bunch, I gave them to my fellow club members and let them win. And then I got a message from one of them saying, "Oh, she won something." So I was really happy, because I was on my walks anyway. It didn't cost me anything, and I helped a friend be a winner. That just makes me feel good. I just love it. So let's just see. Did I see any questions here? I'm learning how. Okay. Oh, Mike and Lisa, they went to Facebook. Wondering where my live was, and then they went, "Oh no, it's on YouTube. She's trying something new." So feel free to ask questions if you have any. So I will promote that. I also have a section on my website. I haven't checked it recently. I checked it last when I updated my book. It was all the current clubs that wanted to be included, because I know there's more clubs out there that just like to keep amongst themselves and don't want to advertise, and that's fine. But she wants to advertise. So I will post. So if you have a club in your area that's looking for more sweepers, or you live in Wisconsin, she says she's she lives in a unique situation, and because she lives, and she can enter Wisconsin sweepstakes, and she can enter many of the Twin City sweepstakes, because Prescott, Hudson, and River Falls, all in Wisconsin, are considered suburbs of the Twin Cities. Well, that's pretty cool. That is a bonus when you're entering local sweepstakes, is take advantage of any unique, that's a good tip actually. Take advantage of any unique situations you have regarding your locals, because it will increase your odds of winning. So just because she's in Wisconsin doesn't mean she can't enter some Minnesota sweepstakes. Awesome. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. So if you've got a club in your area, just message me. Okay. So that's, and then the other question I got was, if I'm lazy, how do I win sweepstakes? Well, actually, I would say the two things are: enter one time only sweepstakes, because that way you just enter once and forget about it, and then everyone has even odds. That's always good. And I like the radio contests, because especially if you don't work from home, you're on the go, you're out and about, you're in your car, you're listening, you can always, call in to win. So you can either pull over or have the voice activated dialers on in your car, which is kind of cool. So you can do that and win that way. And then those are the two easiest things for lazy people. That's what I would do if you're lazy. Because if you're really going to do it like we do it, then it gets a little bit harder, because you got to put in some time and effort. So let me see if there's any more questions. This is going to be a really short one.